Hi doTERRA friends, how are you? My name is Jennifer Panza and I am a yoga and meditation teacher based out of Miami Beach, Florida. And I am so thrilled to be here today to share with you some tips and some tricks to use essential oils in your meditation practice so that you can truly thrive during this challenging time. So I wanted to share with you my 3 favorite essential oils that I use for meditation in my practice. And meditation practice is something that is intuitive for each person. So I encourage you to find your own connection with the essential oils of what resonates most with you for different times, because our intuition can guide us to the oils that will most serve us based on what we have happening inside of ourselves. So these are the 3 that I picked for right now that I'm resonating with, but those might be different than what you are feeling and experiencing. So I encourage you to take that into your own hands and listen to my advice, but also feel free to play a little bit and listen to yourself as well. Okay. So my first oil that I recommend for meditation is sandalwood. I love the Hawaiian sandalwood. This is known in the yoga and emotional world as the oil of sacred devotion. And what I love about this oil is it reminds us to shift out of any negative vibrations that we might be feeling and to come back to a sacred connection that we have within ourselves. So when we use this, it helps us to shift into a different space. I love the woodiness, the way that it smells, the sweetness of the wood, and also the sustainability efforts that are being done in Hawaii are near and dear to my heart. And I just absolutely love everything about this essential oil. The second oil that I recommend for you to use in meditation is rose essential oil. This is a new oil that came out this year at convention. Before, we have only had the touch oil. So I'm really excited to be able to have the rose in the bottle form. And both will work for the meditation purposes. But I really am finding that pure rose connection to be wonderful in meditation practice. And the reason is that rose oil is known as our divine mother. And this helps us to reopen the heart energy. Oftentimes when we find ourselves in a more closed off energetic space, if we're feeling feelings of frustration, of loneliness, of isolation, the way that we can reroute ourselves is by connecting with that idea or the energy of a divine mother and coming back into an open heart and an open space. And the rose essential oil can be a facilitator in creating that transformation. So the third essential oil that I would like to highlight for meditation, as many of you have been experiencing, I'm sure already, is the adaptive essential oil. And what I love about this is that there are so many oils within this blend that are powerful for creating a connection with yourself. So the oils in this blend are lavender, copaiba, spearmint, magnolia, rosemary, neroli, sweet gum. And this powerful combination teaches us to roll and move with change. And the only constant that we have is change in our lives. And how gracefully we can navigate that change really trademarks us, right, as humans, as these changes in our lives that we can't control many things in our lives. How well we can adapt and flow with that is really important. So I love that adaptive oil for that. So how I recommend that you use these oils in your meditation practice is a couple of different ways. So I love to put the different blends. So we'll start with the sandalwood, right? So the first thing I love to do when I'm sitting down to meditate is just place the 1 drop of the oil. And sometimes with the ones that are a little more viscous, we have to be patient, which is another great lesson that the oils teach us as they come out of the bottle. Especially like the sandalwood has a little bit slower of a time coming out. And as we get that oil into our hands, how you can use it is just before you sit down to meditate, rub your hands together and then make a little tent right in front of your nose And as you breathe in, allow the aroma to go deeply into your body. So for all three of the oils that I suggested, I recommend that you start your practice this way by putting one drop in your hand and then breathing it in. We know that the benefits of meditation, many of the benefits are the facts that meditation shifts our state into a more calm vibration. And on a scientific level, when we take long, deep breaths, this will actually physiologically change our state of being so that we are more in alignment with our body's true nature, or in a state of homeostasis. So what happens when we are in an elevated emotion or mood and we feel a lot of different emotions, we feel anger, we feel afraid, we feel isolated, we feel any type of feelings that are unsettling, those type of feelings can actually produce a shortness of breath and can produce an increase of hormones in our body like cortisol and adrenaline, which give us, our shoulders start to creep up, we start to feel tense in our bodies. And meditation, the practice and the deep breathing, which is why it's so powerful to combine with essential oils, encouraging us to take those deep, slow breaths and being mindful of our breaths, which teaches our body to come back into that restful state, or to come out of that flight or fight mode and come into a sense of homeostasis and in alignment in our body, or peacefulness, which is our true nature. So as we're breathing them in, so the first thing would be to put a drop in your hand, right? I'll demonstrate with the adaptive because that's very easy. The first step would be one drop in your hand. And again, you're just going to breathe it in to set that intention for your practice. And as you are starting your meditation, think about the emotion that you would like to invite in. Think about the feeling that you would like to feel at the end of your meditation. And as you breathe, allowing the smell and the deep breath to start to shift your state of consciousness so that you can invite in that particular feeling that you would like to create. The second way that you can use these essential oils in your meditation practice, because you maybe get tired depending on how long your meditation practice is, right? You may not be able to sit here with your hands in front of your face. So it's nice to put a few drops in the diffuser as you are getting your meditation going. That way you have the reminder of the aroma. And oftentimes our mind can jump and be crazy, especially when we are trying to sit and be peaceful. Everyone that I know, at least, the thoughts keep coming and it's like ping, ping, ping. It's just as if you were getting messages on your iPhone, right? That's how the mind is working, thinking about things in the future or regrets that you've had in the past. So having the diffuser going can be a reminder for yourself and to help to remind you to come back to your intention and come back to your breath and to slow down. And then the third way that you can use some of these oils as you are meditating would be to apply them topically. So I'll demonstrate this with the rose. One of my favorite ways to use the rose before I practice, specifically working with the energy of the heart and compassion, is to rub this oil on my chest. Of course, you get the extra skin benefits, as we know that rose is wonderful for supporting healthy skin. So I can rub it here on my chest, and then I can smell it, of course, as I put it on my chest. And then it's soaking into my skin, and I'm gonna also get the benefits of using it topically here as well. So the rose I recommend to rub onto your heart space and your chest. The sandalwood you can rub onto the wrists, the creases of the wrist, behind the ears. And same thing with the adaptive on right behind the ears and on the wrists as well. And that's pretty much all I have for you guys. As you are meditating, I would love to hear if these thoughts and these tips help you in your meditation practice, as we as a community of leaders here in doTERRA are here to serve you and support you with your health and wellness goals, and really give you the tools that you know that you can use in a practical way to empower your health. So thank you so much for tuning in. Again, my name is Jennifer Panza, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.